Last thing for you, real quick, Eli. I really appreciate your time here. Excited to see you guys out on the field this fall. You made a point yesterday in your preamble at SEC Media Day to talk about Mike Leach and say he deserves to be in the College Football Hall of Fame. I think that we all, people who cover the game or in the game, we all know the impact he's had schematically and otherwise. He was a great character. What's your favorite Mike Leach story? Whatever it might be, what's your best Mike Leach story?
I've got two of them. The first one is when me and him joined the SEC at the same time. Now, when I say joined at the same time, that's the same year. But when we go to meetings, he was never on time. He would always walk in late, but he would sit right next to me. And so then it was like that student in class who would want me to catch him up while Commissioner Sankey is talking. He's like leaning over like, hey, you got a pen? Hey, what's he talking about? I'm looking over like, dude, shut up. I'm going to get in trouble from the principal here. If you would just show up on time, we wouldn't have had this issue. But that was uniquely Mike. But the second thing is, and this is the one I appreciate the most, I actually still have the screenshot saved, is me, Coach Leach, and Lane Kiffin were in a group text. And when they played each other, I sent those two a text message of them being at Washington State and USC talking pregame. And then I sent a text message of them pregame at Mississippi State and Ole Miss. And just the commentary from those two is priceless to me because of how big of personalities both of them have. And I think fondly of Coach Leach. He absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Simple, easy way to do it would say, hey, delete the COVID year. Okay. COVID year, none of that year should count towards anybody's records because now it doesn't affect the Howard Schnellenberger camp. It doesn't affect anybody else's camp. It just, hey, that year didn't happen. His winning percentage is clearly above the 60% threshold. If you take that out, his primary games that he coached in were at Texas Tech and Washington State, and he's clearly above the 60% threshold and is clearly a Hall of Famer with those games on the record book. And so I think that's the easiest way to do it. And so I think if the CEO of the College Football Hall of Fame would take that, it's an easy way to put him on there and have the discretion to do that.
Well, and if it's the logic, because if the COVID year never happened in terms of eligibility for players, everybody got an additional year for that, then why would this count against coaches? It makes sense. That just was kind of its own animal. Eli,
and we played an all SEC schedule. It was 10 SEC games.
Right.
Never been done in the history before. I think their record, they ended up beating us that year. I think they were 4-6, but they didn't have the ability to play in non-conference games. So again, you take that season out from his record, and clearly a Hall of Famer, and this is a non-starter conversation. But somebody has to bring this attention onto it because, in my opinion, that Hall of Fame is incomplete without Mike Leach.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.